El carnicero y el pájaro es un thriller que solo una experta en autopsias podría escribir. Alina Ulhart, técnica forense y creadora de Morbid, el podcast sobre crímenes reales más escuchado del mundo, nos presenta su primera novela. Una historia ágil y tremendamente adictiva sobre un asesino en serie aficionado a la experimentación médica y la patóloga forense que intentará atraparlo. El carnicero y el pájaro ha sido el gran fenómeno editorial del año en Estados Unidos. Una novela oscura ambientada en la misteriosa Luisiana, tan retorcida y absorbente que te atrapará desde la primera página.
So, my job as an autopsy technician definitely influenced and helped writing The Butcher and the Wren. Wren, my lead character, is a medical examiner, so autopsies are a massive and very important role in her life, her day-to-day life, really. So I really wanted to get the details of the autopsy process in there. I feel like the morgue kind of gets glossed over a lot in film and TV and books, so I really wanted to take people there just so you can see what it's like, because you really don't get a good look at it. The Butcher and the Wren is a thriller about a really twisted serial killer in Louisiana and the medical examiner that's tasked with taking him down, essentially. The medical examiner, Wren, finds that things get a little personal when the game kind of twists right back on her. It's definitely a cat and mouse game, and I think it's that cat and mouse dueling POV between Jeremy, the killer, and Wren, the medical examiner, that's really hopefully going to keep readers guessing until the very end of the book. Wren Muller, the main character of The Butcher and the Wren, the medical examiner, is definitely who I would like to be, but she definitely shares some of my flaws. I think her and I tend to look at things a little too logically at times. We tend to stuff all our emotions pretty deep down, and that can definitely be to both of our detriments. But what I really wanted to do was make Wren a really driven, compassionate, and most of all, human character. Writing from the perspective of a serial killer is kind of limitless, actually. Their minds are so twisted, and we don't understand how anyone can think that way, so there's very few boundaries with where you can go with it. But the downside is definitely that it can be really mentally and emotionally exhausting to kind of get yourself into that monstrous kind of headspace. So I would always, anytime I would write a Jeremy chapter, I just have to go like snuggle my kids afterwards just to come back to my human form a little bit. New Orleans is just so special. It's one of those places that's like a little indescribable. It's magical, it's alive, it's haunting, it's macabre, it contains every vibe you can imagine, and I really can't think of too many other places that can be all of those vibes at once. It's one of those places that becomes a character and not so much a setting anymore, and I really can't think of any other place that I would want to start this story, especially. I think that true crime is a really good way, an easy way for readers, listeners, and the like to kind of examine and unpack their biggest fears in the comfort of their own home. Personally, I think that fictional scary stories for me just like work better because it's kind of like a haunted house during Halloween. The fear is there, you get that like fun adrenaline rush, but everyone's safe. The actors are safe, the characters are safe, you're safe, but you get to feel all the feels. So I think for me, fictional stories work a little better to unpack my biggest fears because I know there's no danger.